Good afternoon, children. Today it is my lecture 9th class under gravitation chapter. Hope you have already observed all the previous videos. So please follow the next part today's. So today is lecture 9. In the last class we have learnt acceleration due to gravity represented by small g. Okay. At the same time we have learnt one expression showing the relation between small g and capital G, where small g is called as acceleration due to gravity and capital G is called as universal gravitational constant. So, we have arrived at the expression where relation between small g and capital G, right. So, that was the expression we have learnt in the last class. Now, let us learn coming in the next part how g varies, and this small g, I said acceleration due to gravity, it will never be constant, it varies. So, let me tell you why does it varies and how does g varies as you move from place to place. Okay. Before going to that, let me write the expression which we have learnt in the previous class, where we have learnt small g is equal to gm by r square, where we know this small g is called acceleration due to gravity. This is acceleration due to gravity. Okay. And what is capital G? This capital G is called as universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. Okay. And what is capital M? Capital M is called mass of the earth. Mass of the earth. This capital R is said to be called radius of the earth. Radius of the earth. So, hope you know all these things we have learnt in the previous class. But still I am repeating this because you know this small g and capital G, you have seen the expression here. This small g is acceleration due to gravity. Capital G is universal gravitational constant, where you can say this. If you observe the expression, this small g depends on capital G, depends on mass of the earth and radius of the earth. Okay. But remember, this small g is independent of size, mass and shape of the body. So, whichever the body you select, depending on that body, it is independent of mass, size and shape. So, you have to remember this small g is independent of mass, size and shape of the body. Whichever the body you select, object, depending on that the size, mass and shape is independent. It does not depend on the size, whether it is small or big, maybe mass or whatever may be the shape. It does not depend on that. But this g depends on mass of the earth and this g depends on radius of the earth. These points you have to be very careful. Okay. One more point I want to say here, this small g is always different from capital G. This small g is not a constant. It is not constant. Not constant. It varies. Please remember, it varies. It varies. But this capital G is constant. This capital G is constant. Wherever you go throughout the universe, this capital G remains constant and you already know, hence it is called universal gravitational constant. And you know the value for this capital G is 6.67 10 raised to minus 11 nm square kg to the power of minus 2. This you have learnt in the earlier class. So, this you know the one value for the capital G. This will never change. Wherever you go throughout the universe, this capital G remains same, but this small g does not remain constant. It is not constant, it varies. Hence, you remember this g varies from place to place. So, you should be very clear whenever you write the expression capital G and small g are totally different, they are not the same. Okay. And one more point I want to say here, this g is said to be called as the vector quantity. Please remember, this small g is said to be called a vector quantity, because this small g always, it has both magnitude and direction. It has a direction. So, as and when you put an object towards the one ground, always will be attracted to the earth. So, as and when you put in any object, it falls to the ground, it attracts to the earth. Hence, it has a direction. Always it is directed towards the center of the earth. Hence, this small g is said to be called as vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. But you already know this capital G is a scalar quantity. You know this is scalar quantity. It does not possess any direction. But this is a vector quantity. Also you know in the one, the SI unit for this you can write, you using the condition, if you take, this is nothing but acceleration due to gravity, where A is replaced by G in the previous class I said. So, when you take the concept of acceleration, at that time you know the unit for acceleration is meters per second square. The unit is meters per second square. By chance if you take one more, that is nothing but F is equal to m into G expression, at that time where G is equal to F by m, at that time you are also ready to write the expression. Using this you can write the one Newton per kg. So, you have both are the one SI units. These two are called SI units. You are ready to write this or this. Both are correct. You are also ready to say the dimensional formula. So, dimensional formula for G, at that time you are ready to write using this formula. You know ml t raised to minus 2 for force, and this is for mass, due to which this m and m gets cancelled. Hence, we have the expression that is m to the power of 0, l to the power of 1, t raised to minus 2. This is the one you can remember the dimensional formula. You know the dimensional formula for small g. Also, you have learnt the SI unit, and this is a vector quantity. Okay. And one more point, this g varies from place to place. Let me highlight you how does it varies. Varies from place to place. Okay. But when it is on the surface of the earth, surface of earth, you are ready to say G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. This you have to remember. When it is exactly on the surface of the earth, G is 9.8 meters per second square, but as it is moving away from the surface of the earth, G varies from place to place. That I will explain you. It has different factors, that is it has different positions. For different positions, different value of G will be there. That I will explain you one by one. Okay. Hope today the new that is headlines of this class is, that is acceleration due to gravity, with the relation is above and below the surface of the earth. So, let me derive one by one, and let me highlight you how G varies from place to place. So, first expression I will derive using acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth. Above the surface of the earth means when you are away from the surface of the earth, at that time this G varies. Okay. And also remember, for this we have one more word called as altitude. As you move at some height on the surface of the earth, we also call it as altitude. So, let me highlight you what is that expression and how you get this expression now mathematically. And this is very important, compulsory, you will expect this in your the first PUC board exam. You have compulsory question. Derive an expression for acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth, or derive an expression for acceleration due to gravity at altitudes. So, both are one and the same. You have to be familiar with these words, due to which you are ready to derive this expression, and you will expect this for 3 marks. In your derivation, you will expect for 3 marks. Sometimes the same question they may ask for 5 mark. You have every possibility to get for sometimes for 5 mark, or sometimes the same question reduced for 3 mark. Okay, that is the one possibility in the theory paper. One more possibility you have, if I derive this expression, finally you will expect one compulsory problem here. Maybe without derivation, sometimes they may go for directly for problems. At that time you have to make use of this formula. Okay. And one more point I want to say, in your compulsory competitive exams, in the objective type questions, you will expect the one question sometimes from this part. Okay, compulsory you will expect the one objective type question, and various different points I will tell you at what positions, when you take the condition, what are the steps to be followed to solve the problem, and which you have to take the one suitable formula for it. Because finally we arrive at one expression, and that expression, using that, for what conditions you are using that formula, those things I will highlight you today. So, you have to observe the things carefully and please practice it correctly. It is a very important derivation you expect in the exam. Is it clear? Okay. And now just I think you have glanced all these things. Let me go for the derivation. I will just rub the board. Acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth, above the surface of the earth. So, this is one heading you can remember, above the surface of the earth. Or you are also ready to say, or acceleration due to gravity at altitudes. What do you mean by altitudes? Altitudes is nothing but at some height. You can also remember, very easy way to remember is, at some height what will be the acceleration due to gravity. So, be familiar with these words. You have every possibility to get the question, acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth, or they may just ask you acceleration due to gravity at altitudes. So, altitudes is none other than the same type, or sometimes they give acceleration due to gravity at height above the surface of the earth. Okay. So, this is what you have to remember. I said this is very important. This is very important. You will expect for 5 mark or maybe for 3 mark derivations. Okay. So, for this very simple method I will tell you, you need not worry, within few steps you will get this. So, remember, you already learnt in the last class the relation between small g and capital G, where we have learnt this expression where G is equal to Gm by R square, right. By the help of that, today we learn the expression using the same concept we derived today. Okay. For your reference, I will just take the one earth. Please observe, this is the one earth. Okay, and please observe here, I have written spherical shape. You may wonder why she has written this. For some calculations, whenever we do calculations in physics, we take the earth is just like a sphere. So, we take into consideration the one earth is just like a sphere, hoping that we go for the one derivations. Okay, right. Now I have taken, this is the one earth. Let me say exactly at the center, let me say this is the center of the earth. Okay, so center of the earth. So for your convenience, I will write mass of the earth for your reference ME. Capital M, small e, capital M, subscript E I have written. This represents mass of the earth. And let me say from center to the surface, I have taken the one called as radius of the earth. For your reference, I write RE. I write RE. So what does this RE represents? Radius of the earth. What does this ME represents? Mass of the earth. Now let me take the one, a small object which is above the surface of the earth. Which is above the surface of the earth. So let me take the one above the surface of the earth. Here at this position I have taken a small object which is of mass M, which is above the surface. Sometimes it may be exactly on the surface, sometimes slightly closer to this, sometimes it may be at some height. I will tell you all the steps what is required for it. Now for your reference I have drawn this figure here. So this is the one mass of the object which is above the surface of the earth. So let me, for your reference this is the position, I take this is A. Let me say this is the position B. So at A point it is exactly on the surface of the earth. But now I take at this position, it is at some height above the surface. So I take this reference as H. For this I take it as H. Hope you have observed. I have taken two positions on this. One is exactly on the surface of the earth, that is at point A, and second point, that is B, have selected. It is slightly above, where I have selected from here to here, the one height is H. Is it clear? So what will be the acceleration exactly on the surface of the earth means, according to the conditions in the previous class we have learnt, where small g is equal to gm by r square, that is exactly on the surface of the earth. So you are ready to say, if this object is exactly here, at that time the acceleration, it is exactly on the surface of the earth, is represented by gs. That is equal to g capital M by r square. Okay, exactly on the surface of the earth. Is it clear? So gm by r square. But remember here, I have taken mass of the earth is me and radius of the earth is re. So for your reference, I write this is me and this is re. Hope you have understood. It is exactly, this is equation number 1. What is this called as? Acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Right? This is what, remember, on the surface of the earth I have written this expression. This is equation number 1. Now let me say we are moving from surface to the surface, some height. So for your reference, I write this as GH. I replace S by H because at some height, it is at some height I have written for a reference H. So at that time, I write this is G, mass of the earth will be ME itself. But now this object is at this position. Now what will be the one, the distance from here to center to this here, where you can take it as, that is RE plus H. Because from center of the earth we have to take the distance. Therefore, there arises, that is R plus R, that is RE plus H whole square. I think you have followed this one. How did you write this, madam? Means, remember, you have known already in the previous class, this expression we have learnt there by taking two steps. One, what is the one? The force according to Newton's second law. This we have learnt in the previous class, where F is equal to m into g, because all the objects will fall to the earth, due to which there arises an acceleration due to gravity for an object when it is falling freely towards the earth. There you have taken Newton's second law. Again we have taken equation number 2, where always there arises an attraction between the object and the earth, due to which there arises a force of attraction. At that time you have written F is equal to Gmm by r square. Okay, and by equating 1 and 2 and by solving it, we got finally this expression. Now by the help of this, I have written these two equations. You need not write all those things, directly you can start from here. So this is acceleration due to gravity at altitudes, I can say, that is acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity at altitudes. Okay, this is what you have to remember, at altitudes. Now using this, we have written equation number 2. Now I have to calculate what is acceleration due to gravity at this position. So for your reference, for this I have written Gs, for this I have written Gh. I have to calculate at that position what is at this position Gh. So I divide equation 2 by 1. So dividing equation 2 by equation 1, we get, just we are dividing equation 2 by equation 1. This is the third step. Okay, at that time I write this side Gh by Gs is equal to, Gh is Gme by r plus h, that is Re plus h whole square. This is the one Gh. Now I have to write a Gs, which is in the denominator. So as and when I write directly, I can just reverse it and write. Hope you know this in school days. When you divide the things, at that time you can reverse it and directly you can write. So directly I will write it now. Therefore, Re square divided by Gme. This is the next step. Okay. Now by using this, you are ready to cancel this. Gme and Gme are same. So I will cancel it. Finally we get this expression. What is this? Where Gh by Gs is equal to, that is Re divided by Re plus h. I will just put completely the bracket like this. Okay. So this is the one expression we have. So what is Re? Re is nothing but radius of the earth, and this h will be at some height. So we got this expression. Now let me write the one, what is Gh final expression at this position, we are ready to write now. This is the one you are ready to write now, where G, that is h is equal to Re divided by Re plus h whole square into Gs. This is one expression you remember now. Okay. So this is the expression at some height. You may feel at what height this is. When at some height which is away from the one surface. When it is away from the surface means, how do we come to know? For your reference, I will just give one example. What is it means? You know already the one radius of the earth. This is 6,400 kilometer. Radius of the earth is 6,400 kilometer. Suppose if the object is at some height, maybe at 4,000 kilometer, maybe at 5,000 kilometer, maybe at 6,000 kilometer, at that time we take the one reference of this formula. So when you want to calculate which is exactly above the surface, so if the one distance is more than 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 like that, which is nearer to 6,400, at that time we take the help of this expression. But remember, by chance, if the one object is lying closely to the surface, if it is lying closely to the surface means, maybe for example, which is nearly 5 kilometer, maybe 10 kilometer, maybe it is of 100 kilometer, at that time when you observe this distance, compared to that it is very negligible, very small it is. At that time we take the help of another formula. So at that time we are just reducing this formula and we just calculate what is it. Okay, so please observe whenever you get the problem, directly you should not use whatever is given directly. So this is the one step when you are above the surface. When it is nearer to 6400, maybe nearer to more than 4000, 5000, 6400, up to that time you are going to take the help of this formula. By chance when it is nearer to that, at that time if it is nearly 10 kilometer, maybe 5 kilometer, maybe 20 kilometer, at that time it is very close to the surface. When it is very close to the surface, at that time you are not supposed to take this formula. At that time we take the help of one more formula. We are reducing one more step. At that time we again just reduce it. Okay. So now we got this expression. Now let me go for the next part. At that time what we do is, I will just write this Re plus H whole square. I take this to the numerator. At that time what happens to this? Let me tell you. I just reverse it and write the expression. Then you come across how to write it is if the height is very small. So if the height is very large, I will write here. If the height is large, at that time you take this formula. If the height is very small, if H is much smaller than R, this is the one condition. Remember, you have to remember, if H is much less than R, then I can rewrite this formula like this. How do you write this one? At that time we take GH is equal to R plus H to the power of minus 2, because this is in the denominator. Now I am taking to the numerator, divided by, this is R, this is Re, let me write this is Re, okay, into GS. If H is much smaller than R, at that time nothing but if height is very small, at that time we write this formula. So when you write this formula, and just remember, if I just divide this, because R plus H we have and this is Re. So let me just divide for this, then you get the expression like this. Let me tell you what it is. Here GH is equal to, that is Re by Re plus H by Re whole to the power of minus 2 into GS. I split like this. For your convenience I am splitting this. You need not write like that, but for your convenience I am splitting this. So Re by Re is 1 plus H by Re. So your expression becomes GH is equal to 1 plus H by Re to the power of minus 2 into GS. This is the one expression we have now. Okay. But remember, now when you use this condition, now this is, the power is minus, and you are taking the help of binomial expansion. If in your school days, if you have learned binomial expansion, at that time we take the help of that binomial expansion. So by binomial expansion, we can write where GH is equal to, first term will be as it is, but when you take the one second term, we take the one power, that power is minus it is, so minus 2 into H by Re. Okay. What's the next term? According to binomial expansion, now the next term will be plus, and we do not know the one power, so we write exactly, I keep it as it is. And here this H by R will be reduced, nothing but you, at that time it becomes H square by R, that is nothing but H square by R like this. The terms will go like this. Again this becomes H cube by R. Again next, at the time first term will be this, if it is minus, here it will be plus. Next it will become minus, again it will become the one term H cube by R plus etc like this you get for nth term. But remember, already have taken one condition, this H is much less than R I said. This is in the numerator, this is in the denominator. H is already less. Naturally it becomes very small value. So for higher orders, this H by R, nothing but H square by R square will be neglected. this will be neglected. Higher orders it will be neglected. At that time when it is higher orders, it will be neglected, due to which that second part will become, this is h square by r square, this will become h cube by r cube, again next plus h to the power of 4 by r to the power of 4, like this it will be. So, for higher orders, this h by r itself is very small. Naturally, when it is square, it will become much small. Therefore, the higher orders are neglected. So, this since h by r is very small, naturally, therefore the higher orders will become still small, higher orders will be neglected. Since they will become very small, they will become very small, that will be neglected. So, when it is neglected, naturally our expression will be restricted to only for this. At this position it will be restricted. At that time we write nothing but, this is into, I will just show how it is. I will write here. This is what we have the expression, and finally this is extra into GS I have written. So, this higher orders are neglected, only this part is taken into account. Therefore, this higher orders are neglected. Therefore, your expression becomes GH is equal to 1 minus 2H by R. This is the one expression we have into GS. What is this GS? Acceleration due to gravity on the surface. Okay. What is this GH? Acceleration due to gravity at height, nothing but at altitudes. This minus 2H by R. You can also write this is RE, you can write, or you can remember this R itself. It is enough. So, this is the one final expression you have to remember. Hope now you have understood two formulas in this. So, as and when you get the question in this, you had to objective type question, maybe 5 mark problem, whenever you solve, you have to read the question very carefully in such a way whether the height is very close, that is nothing but the object is very close to the surface, or whether the object is away from the surface. Depending on the condition, you have to take suitable formula. You need not take directly this formula. Suppose if you take this directly, this formula, for example, if the one nothing but called as, if this h becomes r, h is equal to r. When h is equal to r means r minus 2, that is 2 into r. 2 into r will become, therefore, when h is equal to r, this becomes 2r, right? 2r by r we have. So, this is nothing but 1 minus 2r by r. So, r and r will cancel, 1 minus 2, nothing but it becomes, that is 1. Suppose if h is equal to nothing but itself is r, exactly if it becomes r, at that time where this becomes 1 minus 2h by r will get cancelled. Therefore, 1 minus 2 nothing but it becomes nothing but it is minus 1. Therefore, that is nothing but into GS will get. By chance, if this 2h itself is nothing but r, if 2h is equal to r, if I say 1 minus r by r will get cancelled. Naturally, this 1 by r will cancel, means it will become 1. 1 minus 1 means 0. 0 into anything is again 0. So, you cannot equate that. So, this h will never be equal to r. When h is equal to r means at that time you cannot take this formula. Please observe, you cannot take into consideration this formula. Therefore, you have to select that formula, here this formula. If the height is large, at that time you have to take the help of this formula. Okay. So, please be aware, here today I have explained acceleration due to gravity on above the surface of the earth. For this you have to take 2 steps. One is acceleration due to gravity on the surface. First condition, that point A. This is at the first point at point A. This is second point at B point. Okay. This is at A point, this is at B point. At A point exactly on the surface, we take the help of this formula. This how did you get? Exactly, that is the relation between small g and capital G. by knowing that formula we have written this. Okay. Now, since it is extending to this at point B, at that time the height is h and always this object is attracting to the center of the earth. So, total distance will become r plus h. At that time we replace Re by Re plus h. So, we get this formula. Finally, by equating this we get this. Okay. How did we get this one? After writing this equation 2, we are just dividing equation 2 by equation 1. So, when you divide equation 2 by equation 1, finally it reduces to like this, and now you are ready to write this expression like this by equating GH is equal to this much. Okay. This is first condition. If the height is large, if it is nothing but h is equal to r, at that time you can take this condition. Okay. If the height is very small, nothing but this object is very close to the surface of the earth, maybe nearer to the surface, very close to the surface, exactly maybe 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, maybe nearer to this 100 kilometer. At that time you already know the radius of the earth is 6400 kilometer. So, when compared to that kilometer, then this will be very close to the surface, which is very small, it can be neglected. At that time when it is neglecting, then you have to proceed this formula. At that time we have to take this condition. If h is much smaller than r, then you are writing this condition, that is whatever the denominator factor we have, we are just reversing it. This will go to numerator and this will come to the denominator. So, at that time we reverse it. How did you get this one? This by just equating, dividing equation 1 by 2, we do this. By using that we get this. Okay. Now, by using that condition, finally we get this, and since if I split this, denominator is here Re, this is large, therefore this is denominator is less, naturally I can split this, at that time we get this final expression. Since the power raised to minus 2, nothing but the power is negative, at that time we take the help of binomial expansion. By the rule of binomial expansion, the first letter will be as it is, first term will be kept as it is, the second term will be taken into account with powers. So, naturally that power, whatever the power we have, that power, that is minus 2 into h by r. The next term will be, here it is minus, next term will become plus. At that time we do not know what is the factor here, but here I write this is now h by r will become square. Again when it goes to higher orders, h cube by r cube, h to the power of 4 by r to the power of 4, but this first term will be negative, this will be positive, here negative, positive, like this it goes on, and finally into GS. Already I have taken the condition, h is much smaller than r, naturally this will be higher orders, nothing but square will become still less, and therefore naturally this will become very less, due to which it will be neglected. This is what you have to remember. This is the final expression when it is very small height. Okay, and this is what you have to remember in this case. For this one problem, I will tell you how it is when it is given the question. Suppose you may also expect one question like this, objective type question. Suppose like this, at what height the acceleration due to gravity will become 1/4 of the acceleration due to gravity or the surface. So, at what height? At that time I will show one condition, you please observe. That is one important point you come across in objective type. I will tell you, at what height, this is one, this is regular NEET question, JEE question it is, maybe you may expect in the Karnataka CET also anywhere in objective type. At that time you should remember, at what height the acceleration due to gravity, acceleration due to gravity become 1/4 of acceleration due to gravity, acceleration due to gravity on the surface, on the surface. At what height? This is an objective type question. So at that time you have to take the condition what height they are asking this one. So you can remember here in this case, that is you have to take GH is equal to, that is nothing but formula you have got this one, RE plus RE divided by RE plus H whole square into GS. What is the question they have given? At what height acceleration due to gravity become 1/4 of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface? Nothing but you have to take the condition where GH is equal to 1/4 of GS. This is the condition they have given. So using that you have to calculate. And I have taken this formula now. Using that formula we write this. Now I rewrite now like this. That is 1/4 of GS is equal to RE divided by RE plus H whole square into GS. Directly this GS and GS gets cancelled. Therefore you get the formula value 1/4 RE divided by RE plus H whole square. Now here 1/4, this is square we have. I want to remove the square. So taking square root on both the sides. So taking square roots. Then I can remove this square roots on both sides. At that time I can write this is 1/4 to the power of half. Right? This is equal to RE by RE plus H. Already we have square to the power of 1/2. Square root means I can write half. So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Square root of this means you will get like this. That is, you get 1/2. This is 1/2 is equal to RE by RE plus H. This is the one. Square and square will get, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. You only left out is this much. Now if I cross multiply this, this becomes 2RE is equal to R plus H. RE plus H. If I take this side, 2RE minus RE, this comes towards this side, that is equal to H. Therefore RE is equal to H. So at H is equal to RE, then naturally you can say the acceleration due to gravity become 1/4 of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface. So this is what the condition you have to remember. So this is what you have to remember by taking this formula. At what height it becomes 1/4. Similarly, if they ask one half of that, at that time you have to take 1/2. Depending on that you have to prove this. Okay, this have proved today the one acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth by solving one neat question or any objective type question you can remember. Here I have taken 1/4, maybe sometimes it is 1/2. At that time by taking the help of this formula you can solve this. Hope you have understood all these things. In the next class I just go for the next derivation, acceleration due to gravity below the surface of the earth. So now you have just observed this varies. This acceleration due to gravity will never become 9.8. Now it varies. So remember, as it is exactly on the surface, it is 9.8 meters per second square. But when it is at this height, naturally you can say this height will increase. As h increases, g goes on decreasing. This g goes on decreasing. As it goes at high altitudes, this g goes on decreasing. As h increases, you can say as h increases, this g decreases. G decreases. This point you have to remember. Exactly on the surface it is 9.8 meters per second square. Exactly when you go above this, G naturally goes on decreasing. How did you say this point? Means you have this formula. Here the denominator, which is more compared to numerator, as denominator is more, this GH goes on decreasing. That point you have to remember. Okay, hope you have understood all these things. Let me stop today. In the next class, let me go for the next part. Thank you.